Ladies and gentlemen, another eventful day. Insane. SI obviously was a good winner, but let's talk about SIVB. Just insane. California banks slaughtered, banking sector slaughtered, cryptocurrency companies slaughtered. Just death today. It was fun. It was very fun. Let's get this show started. And let's go over the results from notable flow from yesterday. SI 4 puts, 317 expiration, 568,000 from yesterday, 227% winner. SBNY 80 puts for 420 expiration, 3.3 to 13.3. I got lazy with the percentages. I just didn't feel like doing more math. But again, 3.3 premium to 13.3. Insane. AMAM 15 calls for 721 expiration, 1.2 million. Ooh, this is actually the wrong. This is a typo. This is 420. Wait, no. Am I wrong? Wait. Malfunction on Kian's side. Yes, I believe. No, there is a typo. It should be 1.7 to 1.4. My apologies. It's been an insane day today. 1.7, 1.4. AMD 90 calls, 519 expiration, 910,000, 5.3 to 4.6. But if you did sell these at market open or like maybe like an hour in, it hit 6.9. So you still could have made money on these contracts. XP 15 call, 519 expiration, 309,000 unchanged. PBF 50 calls, 421 expiration, 679,000, 1.6 to 1.5, small little loss. CP 75 puts for 421 expiration, 276,000, 2.45 to 3.1. Now, let's just say no one took any profits on all of these or no one stopped out. These prices are subject to change. So again, SPNY or CP, whatever, they can go from 2.45 to 10, or they can go from 2.45 to 0, right? So this is just from overnight, just to let you guys know. Now, there obviously was some notable flow today that I didn't put down just because they actually started to work. Example, Coin 50, 8 puts for this week expiration, 27,000 in volume, I believe. It was like 85 cents when I first saw it. Went over 100% in a matter of like 30 minutes to an hour. So that was a cool one. I want to talk about that one. M saw 175,000 in the 21.5 weekly calls, 15,000 in volume, in size or whatever. At open, usually that's always a pretty good indicator of like, okay, someone's really betting on an upside for that stock. Those are down like 80%, so straight bagged. But it happens. It happens. Their cheap premium is like 16 cents, so like it's not a big deal. But hey, not all flow works. And before I even say any more, anything I say is non-financial advice. I am just showing you what you can do in the market. Notable flow for tonight. HAL 35 puts for 421 expiration, 423,000. NLY 18 puts, 421 expiration, 212,000. CBRE 75 puts, 616 expiration, 523,000. TD 60 puts, 421 expiration, 260,000. WSM 122 puts, 317 expiration, 808,000. AN 140 puts, 317 expiration, 272,000. Apple 180 calls, 721 expiration, 4.96 million. Let's get this started. So HAL 35 puts. What did I see? So HAL, obviously, close to the end of day, we saw a nice amount of sweepers for the 35 calls at once. 443,000 at the ask, all put premium towards the end of the day. This is what I like. But just because I like it doesn't mean I'm going to buy it right away. We want to go at the charts. What do we have to see? Now let's delete everything. We do have some support. This wick from 222. We're below the 8. We're below the 50. Below the 21. Below the 50. We got some support here. Support. All supports that are held. Now we're going to be back to square one. 35.41. If it breaks, I would honestly I would not be surprised if it hits the 200. That's around 34.28. Below the 200, well, we got some support here at around 32.95. They are tagging the 35s for 421 expiration, so they don't really necessarily need that big of a move. So, but again, below 35.41 is a nice confirmation to fill this 200 and all the way down to the 32.95. Dividends are out the way. You can actually say this is a pretty okay. Could have been a nice setup if I even looked at it. That was a very shitty drawing, but you get the idea. So that is HAL. I gotta say one more thing. If you are using headphones, it's gonna sound, I think it comes out of your left ear. Damn, why did it get so dark? It's gonna come out of your left ear or right ear, one of those. I just haven't been, what's it called? What's the word? I haven't had time to fix the audio, so bear with me. But if you watch on like a regular speaker, like it should sound fine. All right, next one. NLY 18 puts for 421 expiration. So obviously had a pretty bad day today already, 5.5% down. But we did also see the 18 puts also getting swept here, 19 puts as well. But towards the end of the day, NOY was getting hit. 215,000, 3,600 in volume at the ask, and mainly all put volume throughout the day. It did decrease towards the end of the day, but is mainly all puts. But what does the chart say? We already had it down negative 5% day, so there might be some tiny dead cat bounce, but let's see. What do we got? Obviously, we had a nasty candle. So we can, let's see the lows of 19, or what it closed, 19.25, whatever. But that's okay. I would like it. You see where it hits this. This is a previous support, broke down. Now it's acting as resistance here, here, and here before it gapped higher. Okay. So now if we see this stock below 19.06, this has some room to drop, right? So we got around 17.44. So this has this whole area from here where it consolidated. I'd expect it to fill this area. So you want to see a confirmation below 19.06, close at 19.25. So you got to see if it can break the lows from today. But yeah, 19.06 below that, I don't see it hitting or not hitting 17.44. I mean, you can use this tiny little support 18.16 from this candle on November 12th or 2nd, I'm sorry. And then if you want to have like a stop, I mean, there is some resistance around. I mean, first you got a little tiny one at 20.52, but we can use this candle here at 20.65. So if it goes above 20.65, you are back into this consolidation area. So again, but it honestly just depends on your risk management too. Maybe you have no stop, right? Maybe you don't even need this resistance. You just want to hold and see where it goes. But I would like 19.06 to go confirm below. That's that. CBRE 75 puts for 616 expiration, 523,000. Yes, 75 puts. This struck my eye. 2,400 in size, 495,000 in one order, almost close to end of day. And they did add, oops, that's not what I wanted. At the ask, 600,000. Oh, they added. So 600,000 total, 2,900 in volume. At the ask, all put premium. This is a nice one. But let's see the chart. Can't forget about the chart. CBRE, I mean, again, it's starting to look like a lot of similar stocks, right? We do have some resistance around this area, right? But we do have this, oh, it's perfect support. This support from 125. So below 81.12, you got some resistance here on this wick at 79.97. Honestly, though, if it breaks 89.12, I would just look towards 78.3. That's the 200 on the daily. If you want to have a resistance, I think 83.51 is a good area. to maybe stop out, because if it does break 83.51, you got some at 85.3. But obviously, with what the flow is saying, they are leaning very bearish. A break below 81.1278 could be a nice target to see. That's CBRE. Now let's go to TD. All right, let's go. So TD in the morning got some 62.5 close for 124, but that's not really what I wanted. Okay, there's not really much. So 2,000 in size, 260,000. 2,000 volume increased to 3,186 throughout the day. At literally almost end of day, they added. All right, so they added around, what is that, 230, and then they added more at the end of the day. So 416,000. Okay, so wow, this updated. So 416,000 now. 3,100 in volume at the ask, all put premium. I like. Let's go to the charts to see if I even like it even more. Well, TD, right? This is already fallen soldier. So we do have some support here from July 18th. Got some here in September. Pretty insane day there. So again, there is some room to fill at 61.14. Close at 61.89, hit a low of 61.61. So, it's obviously tough catching a falling knife. So I would have a resistance from this low here, 62.88. So if it can't break above this resistance, 61.14 will be your next target. And then you got some small supports at 60. And then, man, it can go maybe all the way down to the 58s, right? The chart does not look good. Look at the moving averages, right? 21, 50, 200. 8, all pointing lower, and all this selling volume for the past 4 days as well. WSM 120 puts, 122 puts for 317. Wow, that was terrible typing. 122 puts right here, 317 expiration at the ask, 837,000 totals, 1,600 in volume. Around $5 of premium at the ask. Once again, intraday options volume way more to the put side, so that's always good. Go to the chart. What do we got? Ooh, we can do kind of like a trend line, right? Uh-oh, kind of like a bear flying, kind of, right? So again, 122 puts. Yeah, this looks dangerous, especially if it breaks out of this flag. 120.41 can be next up from this resistance and these supports. Right now, it closed above the 8, below the 50, below the 21, and below the 200. This gets a little interesting. So I would like, okay, so there is some support here at around 122.4. You can use that as well at 122.5. But I would like to see this peaked out, just peak and drip, right? And then it seems like, so earnings are 316, so you gotta watch out for that as well. And these expire the day before or the day after, so you gotta pay attention. Either get in and get out before earnings, or you hold and hope that it goes your way. That is WSM. AN 140 puts for 317 expiration. Again, these were all getting swept, throughout the day. Premiums are going higher, volume going higher. What is the, okay, so they actually might have gotten rid of some at the bid. Actually, there's more bids than ask. Okay, I will look back on these tomorrow, but for now we'll just go with the 318,000, 1,600 in volume. Seems like maybe 800 are left on these. They might have taken some profits on these. And trade volume, all puts on the volume side. But let's look at the chart. This one I'm gonna probably wash. That's okay. What's it called? I don't know if I even did anything. See, I'm not really the best with editing and all that stuff. Kind of has this like wedge, whatever. The 21, the 8 curling higher, right? So that's, and it's staying above with 140 puts. Right now it's 141. So you do have some resistance literally at this wick. So, you know, if it stays below 142.3, this thing could just kind of just waterfall. So we do have a support at around 137.64. If it breaks these SMAs, then yeah, 137.64 is a great area. And if it breaks below that, 134.68, and these 140 puts are going to be very, very nicely in the money. And last but not least, and I think the riskiest of them all, Mr. Apple. 180 calls for 721 expiration, 4.96 million in premium. Now, Apple is still kind of in this consolidation area. No, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look bad. Still above the 8, still above the 200, still above the 50, still above the 21, right? But this 154 area is going to be tough. You know, rejects here, acting as resistance. Can't really break, we drop down. Can't break, drop down. Back at it again. 154.65. We got some support at 149.15. If we break 149.15, we got some support at 147.14. Now, these are July expirations, so, you know, it's not, you got time on these, but you always want to find a good entry, right? If it breaks 154.65, I wouldn't be surprised if it heads back to 157. It breaks 157, then yeah, we got some room, right? So someone is placing a pretty big bet on Apple to be higher by July. You always want, and again, very messy, but what came in was these at once, right? Over 8,000 or 25,000 in volume, right? Only $1.93, almost 5 million in premium. So find a good entry, and maybe you can get these. And you know, they're looking for a dead cat bounce. They could be getting out tomorrow. Like, let's just say Apple goes up 2% tomorrow for whatever reason. These contracts could be, let's say, 193 to 2.7. You know, they can get out. I mean, this is a lot of premium and a lot of volume. So again, they're just putting time as insurance, I'm guessing. But you know, buying calls in this market, my opinion, is very risky. And that is going to do it for the Notable Flow watch list session. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you learned something. Hopefully the flow plays out well. You know, follow my tweets at KianTrades on Twitter. Notifications on. Flow is pumping out all day. And we will see you guys in the next video on Monday. All right. Have a nice rest of your night. Peace.